Welcome to another episode of the Management Unplugged by GR. In this session, I want to go deep into the concept of competing on customer journeys, based on the HBR article by Edelman and Singer.
Great topic. Yeah, it really gets right to the heart of how businesses are adapting now that customers have so much control.
Absolutely. It feels like for ages, companies were just, chasing after this empowered consumer, trying to guess where they'd be online.
And just pop up. Yeah,
Exactly. I hope they'd notice you in their research phase.
right. It was very reactive. You'd analyze the data, map out the paths customers were already taking, maybe try to smooth out a few rough spots, but you were optimizing their journey, not really designing it.
But this HBR piece argues something, pretty different. It says that with new tech, new processes, companies are actually starting to shape these paths themselves.
Uh-huh. They're leading, not just following the customer's lead anymore. It's about restoring some balance.
So what's the core idea? Is it that the journey itself is becoming like a product?
That's a great way to put it. Marketers are managing journeys with the same kind of rigor they manage products. The experience, the journey, it's becoming just as critical to the brand as the thing you actually sell, maybe even more so.
A source of competitive advantage in itself?
Precisely. And the key thing the source stresses is that the best journeys create new value. It's not about tricky lock-ins. It's about making the journey so helpful, so seamless that you choose to stick with that brand.
Okay, that's a crucial difference. So let's unpack this. What does one of these new journeys actually look like compared to the old way?
Well, think about the classic customer journey. Often, it had this really long, drawn-out consideration phase, right?
Yeah, comparing features, reading endless reviews, maybe visiting different stores.
So much effort for the customer. The new journey tries to compress that, or sometimes even skip that whole evaluation step for other brands, by guiding you really smoothly, often straight into what they call a loyalty loop, basically making it easy to stick with them, because the journey itself is just better.
The article uses Sungevity, the solar company, as a prime example, doesn't it?
It does, and what's interesting there, Sungevity isn't just selling solar panels. Their real business, the article argues, is managing that whole complicated process, permits, finding installers, financing options, the whole ecosystem.
So their actual product is that seamless, really personalized digital journey they built.
Exactly. And David Edelman's own experience, which he shares in the article, illustrates it perfectly.
Right. It started with a piece of mail.
Yeah, a targeted mailer. Said something like, see how much your family can save, and crucially, it had a unique website address.
Okay.
So he clicks it, and boom, he's not on some generic page. He sees a Google Earth image of his own house.
His actual house.
His actual house, with solar panels already drawn on the roof.
Wow, okay. That's immediate personalization.
And right there, custom calculations based on his estimated energy use, his roof angle, shading from trees. Everything tailored to him.
So instantly relevant. What happened next?
He could connect with the live rep instantly. And here's the cool part. The rep was looking at the exact same customized page he was.
So they're literally on the same page.
Literally. They could answer specific questions, share links to videos comparing leasing and buying, and the follow-up was proactive too. They sent him names of local customers he could talk to.
Which he did, apparently.
He did. And when he went back to the site, one click, connected to a rep who knew exactly where he had left off, had a personalized lease ready to go. Emailed, explained, e-signed. Super smooth.
And it didn't stop once he signed up.
Nope. His personal landing page then turned into a tracker for permits and installation progress. After that, he got regular reports on energy generation, savings, even tips.
So the entire experience was designed to be simple and compelling. And the article says he never even bothered getting quotes from competitors.
That's the point. Sungevity didn't just react, they shaped his journey. They zeroed in the consideration phase onto them, made evaluation easy with personalized data, and guided him straight into an ongoing relationship.
And the business results followed.
Big time. Sales doubled, beat targets, became the fastest growing in their space. It shows the real impact of competing on the journey.
Okay, so Sungevity nailed it. What are the underlying capabilities needed to build these kinds of sticky journeys?
The article breaks it down into 4 core capabilities, and they're all interconnected. They are automation, proactive personalization, contextual interaction, and journey innovation.
All right, let's take them one by one. Automation first.
Automation is really the bedrock. It's about digitizing and streamlining steps that used to be manual or clunky.
Like depositing a check with your phone instead of going to the bank?
Exactly. Or buying a TV online in minutes versus trekking to multiple stores. Even setting up tech, like a Sonos speaker used to be wires and manuals. Now it's often an app, press a button, tap a few times.
So it's turning complex stuff happening in the background, like Sungevity coordinating permits, into a really simple, often app-based front-end experience for you.
Right. Making it feel effortless. That sets the stage for the next one. Proactive personalization.
This goes beyond just using my name, right?
Oh, yeah. It's about using data, what you've done before, maybe info from other sources, and crucially, what you're doing right now to instantly customize the experience and nudge you towards the best next step.
So real-time adjustments.
Exactly. Think about how Amazon recommends things or makes reordering easy, but it's getting more sophisticated. Companies are tracking behavior across all channels: website, app, service calls, purchase history, creating a single customer view.
And using that insight in the moment to influence the journey, like that Kenneth Cole website example where the page layout actually changes based on what you click on.
Precisely. It might show you more product images or reviews or maybe a specific offer, all based on what the algorithm learns about your intent in that session.
Okay, that's clever.
And the L'Oréal Makeup Genius app is another fantastic example. You take a picture of your face, the app analyzes it.
Like facial recognition.
Sort of, yeah, over 60 points. And then it realistically shows you what different makeup products or looks would look like on your face. A virtual try-on.
That sounds pretty useful. And then you can buy.
Yep, tap to order online or find it in a store. But it keeps learning. It tracks what you try, what you buy, figures out your preferences, even learns from similar users, and then tailors future suggestions.
So it builds this ongoing personalized relationship. The article mentioned huge user numbers for that app.
Yeah, something like 14 million users, hundreds of millions of virtual try-ons. It became a massive asset for L'Oréal, not just for sales, but for engagement and gathering data.
Wow. Okay, so that's personalization. What's the third one? Contextual interaction.
This one's about knowing where the customer is in their journey, or even physically, and using that context to offer the right interaction at the right time.
Like my airline app showing my boarding pass when I get near the airport gate.
Perfect example. Or a retailer's website automatically showing your recent order status on the homepage when you log in. It anticipates what you likely need based on your current context.
Makes sense. Any other examples?
Starwood Hotels, now Marriott, had an app that would text you your room number upon arrival, let you use your phone as a key.
Oh, I've seen that.
And then, based on the time and the fact that you just checked in, it might send personalized suggestions for dinner at the hotel restaurant or nearby events. It's using your immediate context just arrived at the hotel to provide relevant info.
Very smart. Okay, and the fourth capability, journey innovation. Sounds like it's about keeping things fresh.
It is. It's about never considering the journey done. It's this ongoing cycle of experimenting, analyzing customer needs, looking at new tech, and finding ways to extend the relationship and offer new kinds of value.
How do companies actually do that? Is it just adding features?
It's more than just random features. It often involves designing the underlying tech to be flexible, so you can run A/B tests easily, trying different messages, different interfaces. It's about constantly prototyping new services or interactions, measuring the results, and using that data to not just improve, but actually expand the journey.
Like that Starwood example, again, prompting you with your past room service orders, remembering what you liked.
Yes, or look at the Delta app. It started with booking and boarding passes, but they innovated. Now it helps manage your whole trip: in-flight entertainment, tracking bags, even ordering an Uber when you land. They expanded the journey's scope.
Or the craft recipe app example, moving beyond just recipes.
Right, into pantry management, generating shopping lists, and then crucially integrating with Peapod for grocery delivery.
So innovation often involves connecting with other services.
Absolutely. The smartest companies realize they don't have to provide everything. Integrating seamlessly with other relevant services makes their core journey more valuable and sticky for the customer. It's about facilitating the overall goal.
Okay, those four capabilities, automation, personalization, contextual interaction, and innovation, make a lot of sense. Should we quickly look back at Sungevity through that lens?
Yeah, it's a good way to see how they all fit together.
So automation at Sungevity.
Definitely. Collecting all that data, integrating Google Earth, calculating savings instantly, creating those visuals that was heavy automation, using APIs to pull info together seamlessly.
Personalization.
All over it. Using that data to target David specifically, with custom costs, timelines, break-even points delivered right to him, consistently across channels.
Contextual interaction.
Yep. tracking the installation status via APIs with the local partners, and then automatically updating David's landing page to show the relevant next step permitting approved installation scheduled. Right info, right time, right place, based on his journey stage.
And innovation, they didn't just stop at installation, did they?
No way. They use their customer knowledge to extend the journey, offering energy storage options like sun and battery, conservation services, dashboards to track energy production.
Integrating with smart home systems, building communities.
Exactly. It's moving beyond the initial sale to finding new ways to add value based on the customer's ongoing energy journey. It's not generic upselling, it's personalized next steps.
This sounds like it needs more than just a marketing team tweaking campaigns. It feels like a different way to organize.
You're right. The article really emphasizes this. Thinking of the journey as a product demands new structures, new ways of managing things. They talk about learning from digital natives, focusing investment on the most valuable journeys, creating dedicated cross-functional teams.
So, who owns this journey product? Is there a specific role?
Increasingly, yes. While you might have a chief experience officer or similar at the top, the really crucial role they highlight is the journey product manager.
Okay, like a traditional product manager, but their product is the customer experience for a specific journey.
That's it, exactly. They own the economic and creative direction for, say, the new customer onboarding journey or the service resolution journey. They're accountable for its performance, its ROI.
And they're looking at different metrics than just, say, conversion rates.
For sure. They need to answer. What's the ROI on improving this step? Can we afford this investment? What's the variable cost per interaction here? And crucially, how satisfied are customers with this specific journey, even if parts of it are handled by different departments or partners?
That airline rebooking example was interesting, tracking things like how many people were rebooked via the app versus calling, did they accept the first alternative, and segmenting by customer value.
It shows a level of granular management needed. And these journey product managers don't do it alone. They typically lead Scrum teams.
Agile teams with people from different functions.
Yes, IT, analytics, operations, marketing, design, whoever's needed for that specific journey. They're execution-focused, working in sprints.
Their job is to iterate fast.
Constantly testing, learning, tweaking. They need to really understand what customers want or struggle with at each point in their journey. Asking things like, why are people dropping off here? Does changing the timing of this message help?
Developing prototypes, piloting them, analyzing the data.
Exactly. The Nordstrom example of the team setting up shop in-store to rapidly prototype and test a sunglasses app with real shoppers is a perfect picture of this agile, journey-focused approach, making changes on the fly based on direct feedback.
The article also mentions design sprints for tackling specific journey challenges quickly.
Right. Intensive sessions to brainstorm, build, and test solutions. It's all about speed and data-driven improvement, focused squarely on the experience. And this isn't just for tech companies. That consumer electronics example, the cooker company, shows how traditional firms are adopting this too.
Yeah, they made physical cookers, but realized with connected products, the service and the ongoing experience were becoming just as important.
They hit a wall. They were great at product design, but designing and managing ongoing services. That required a new muscle, a new structure.
So they set up an experience innovation team.
Yes, overseeing connected products globally, with journey product managers, they call them innovation leaders, responsible for specific product lines, like the connected cooker.
And that cooker journey manager's job was things like meal planning apps, recipe integration.
Exactly, building out services around the physical product. Their Scrum team developed recipes delivered via an app, tracked usage to personalize suggestions, partnered with food brands for recipes and coupons, even planned a customer community.
And constantly watching the data, app downloads, usage patterns, drop-off points.
All of it. Using that data to fine-tune the app, the prompts, the meal ideas, and you can see the four capabilities clearly. Automation through app control, personalization and tailored recipes, contextual interaction where the app maybe changes based on whether you're planning or actively cooking, and innovation by adding purchasing and community features.
So for them, the journey around the cooker became as vital as the cooker itself.
Absolutely. Became a core part of the brand and a new source of value. Now they're rolling that model out to other product lines. It's a fundamental change.
Okay, let's pull this together. What are the big takeaways here for leaders listening in?
I think the biggest one is that viewing the customer journey as a product really changes how you invest. You start thinking about journey economics, about engagement metrics, not just short-term sales or cost-cutting.
And it demands new skills, right? Even if you're not traditionally customer-facing, like a CPG company or B2B.
Definitely. Skills and data analysis, yes. But also in designing experiences, interacting directly with customers, integrating different systems, experience design needs to sit right alongside product design.
So the core conclusion from the source seems to be,
That winning today isn't just about having the best product or the lowest price. It's increasingly about creating superior customer journeys. That's where the competitive battleground is shifting.
that really reframes things, doesn't it? How you manage your brand, the journey is the brand. How you structure teams needing these agile, cross-functional units, how you view products as enablers of ongoing service and experience.
It touches pretty much every part of the business. It's a profound strategic shift.
True fascinating stuff.
Yeah.
A real deep dive into how companies are moving from reacting to shaping customer experiences. Lots to think about there.
Sure. The implications are pretty significant for almost any company.
So maybe the final thought to leave everyone with is, what does it mean for a company when the journey itself becomes the primary product and source of value?
That's the big question to ponder.
Bye-bye, and see you later.